place to be for this particular best of 3, and one of these guys is going out in the round of 16, which is fairly brutal for both of them, honestly, considering that both of them are pegged to be very highly ranked in this tournament. One of them must leave, and the question is, who will it be? The first contestant, hailing from Team Liquid and of course South Korea, in the blue trunks playing Protoss the Northeast, it is Liquid Hero. Versus his opponent, age-old rivalry. They even picked the right colors for it. Jedi versus Sith going on once again. Hailing from Team Evil Geniuses, also from South Korea, also playing Protoss in the Southwest, e.g. JYP.
And this is going to be an incredible game, really, really is. I wonder if Hero will keep his nerves under control, and I'm sure Robin, the Team Liquid, looking after the Team Liquid coach manager for the event here, is going to be asking the same thing. I hope to God this guy stays calm, because when Hero is calm and when he relaxes and doesn't get nervous, he is by far one of the best Protoss players in the world.
Yep.
And JYP is going to be banking on that, man. He's going to be like, oh God, if he gets nervous, then this could be easier than I actually think.
When Hero chokes, he really does choke, which is unfortunate because it causes him to be known as an inconsistent player. And when you see his flashes of brilliance, you see him play at such a high speed, at such a high level, attacking multiple locations all the time. The harassment never ends. He's known for double warp prism play, and he doesn't screw that up at all. He always nails it down. And when he's playing like that, he looks pretty much unstoppable to an awful lot of people. But this is PvP. Double warp prism, not necessarily anywhere near as common, and this is a much more regimented matchup. It really comes down to control and obviously knowing what your opponent's doing and make sure you don't make a build order mistake.
And we actually, I think we may have seen JYP yesterday pull out a warp prism against White Raw using double immortals inside, but both these guys have taken their respective gases here, and each of them building a zealot so far. And you know, the days of 4-gate are pretty much over now. The only guy that does it is Elfie, because he believes that everyone isn't expecting it, so he does it anyway.
Well, it is kind of true, honestly. I spoke to guys who've played against Elfie, and it's like, all that Elfie does is 4-gate, and then he makes me think that he's not going to 4-gate, and then he 4-gates me.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what Hook was saying at Aces Stars, in fact.
Exactly, and so far, toe-to-toe, I'm watching very carefully on the builds here, and every little differences we see, and it's pretty much the same so far. We do have, oh actually, what was that? Was that a pylon getting cancelled there by Hero? He pulls out a gas, and I was talking about the days of 4-gate are over, but I don't think so, because that cancelled pylon, the pulling out of gas, that only means one thing. Hero throws down the additional gateways here, and let's have a look what JYP is doing so far. He does have a Zealot and Stalker in the center map, as well as his own probe, and he throws down a robotics facility here. He's teching up. This could be so good for Hero.
Oh, man.
He's going to have so much, and the probe for Hero escapes round the side here, undetected. The thing is, though, JYP has this probe, man. If that manages to go in and scout this, this could be lights out for Hero, but at the same time, this could be so good because the Stalker's there, he's going to be able to hide it.
Oh, very nice. You know what I was saying earlier about this being about scouting and build order losses? This is exactly what's about to happen here. This is a textbook potential build order loss here for JYP against a straight-up 4-gate from Hero, cut at 22 probes. He's going to be going out of this, though. He is actually now mining from 2 gas again, and he is continuing to build probes. So his economy's in a good state. I like this an awful lot. So let's see what he can do with it. The pylon is about to finish, and the defenses not exactly prepared for this kind of play.
Oh man, this is like, I was watching Hero earlier, and this is like he was studying games yesterday of White Raw, and this is the same build we saw against White Raw yesterday, and Hero's like, the best thing against this are 4-gates, so he's going for it, man. And I expect the Immortal to come out, but there's only a single force field. He's going to have to warp in another sentry immediately, but I don't think he's going to have enough force fields. He's going to have 3 in a row, I feel, if he warps in another sentry. And there's the Observer that sees it. 1 force field already baited out by Hero.
Very nice.
Really early here, and he's going to have to warp in another sentry, but he has 1 more force field, but still 7, 6, energy away, 5 energy away.
Oh, he's got the ramp as well. Force fields don't even matter at this point, but Hero actually gets cut in half, and that Immortal is now in play. That was a nice little move there by JYP to trap that. The first wave has been defeated, but as we know, when it comes to the 4-gate, it's not the first wave that matters. That said, Hero has continued to build probes. I have to think he's just going to not bother to warp in an additional wave of units and actually go back to macro.
Yeah, the thing is he's got another force field available and a second one shortly, and with that Immortal out and a second one coming, if he tries to continue with this, then he's going to get caught off guard, and especially losing units now, and Hero may start to feel the pressure now because it didn't work his plan.
No,
I don't think he was expecting an Immortal to come straight out, as like we said yesterday, the reason JYP did this was to go straight into the Warp Prism, and that obviously would have helped out so much. But now all of a sudden, Hero is chrono boosting probes. He's got the robotics facility of his own, but he has a big disadvantage in tech due to going for the 4-gate. The robotics facility is coming down, but the robotics bay is down also here for JYP, and he could actually push out with a Warp Prism or actually go for a Colossus. It doesn't matter either way. If he pushes out, Hero's going to be under a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's a really nice force field play by JYP to split that force in half. And then it was perfectly timed as well, because it pops out and the Immortal is there ready, and those 3 Stalkers have no chance once that Immortal was on the field. JYP holds that incredibly well. Exceptional play there by him, and hopefully Hero doesn't get rattled at this stage.
And Hero has to throw down a robotics bay of his own straight away too. He realizes the disadvantage he's at, and this is looking very, very bad for the Team Liquid superstar right now, because as JY pushes out, he's going to have a Colossus advantage and also a double Immortal advantage here. Oh, yeah, man, and even though he's going to have an economic advantage, it doesn't matter. JYP's not trying to expand here. JYP's going for the kill. And the economic advantage won't even take effect in this game because the Nexus isn't even going to
he can't mine from anything. Yeah, he's oversaturated, so it barely makes the difference, honestly. He'll have a lot more probes to buffer damage with, but honestly, that's not what he really needs at the moment. And Hero's leaving right now. The problem is that force fields kind of I don't know, they do come into effect because, yes, a Colossus can batter them down, but you don't want your Colossus at the front anyway because it's too easy to snipe it off. So it will certainly help, but he goes straight for it anyway. It takes a lot of fire in the process, losing the shields from the Immortal. 2 more force fields placed down. That Immortal has been trapped. Hero gets another shot off, but he doesn't kill the Colossus. Nicely engaged there by JYP. Reinforcements now coming in from the back. The Nexus is most assuredly going to die at this stage, and that, once again, puts Hero back on 1 base with all of those probes that can't really do anything.
Yeah, and this is so bad for Hero. JYP going for the kill, stamping on every single force field that gets put down, and the thing is that Hero can get wrapped around with force fields as well, but JYP again tries to stand on the force field, doesn't really want to lose the Colossus.
Yeah, he's going to take 1 more shot.
He's just going to kind of wait. He's going to be like, all right, you know, there's only a few seconds until that's gone, and there's 1 more force field left for Hero, but he's just prolonging the inevitable.
Oh, there's a second Immortal on the field, but it is looking pretty ugly. The 2 Immortals of JYP are still alive. Good control there by JYP once again to keep that Colossus alive. Another, oh, he was so fortunate to keep it there. 2 HP remaining on that Colossus, having taken another volley from the Immortal, but now JYP is crushing his way through here. Additional warp hits come in, but there really isn't a lot to hold it, and this is looking like a JYP sweep in this map. 3 more units, Stalkers coming in for JYP. Here comes the focus fire. Nothing Hero can really do here is going to save him, I'm afraid. GG, ladies and gentlemen.